everybody.
He's finally in the vlog.
Yeah, I know, it's been a minute. We're finally done with a big project at work, so a little more home time now. Kind of a little bit overdue.
Tell him how many trucks you did.
So we had a big contract for 51 lift trucks that were a pain in the back end, by the way, because, well, their lighting made no damn sense. But
We're being watched.
we did 51 trucks starting from the end of May to the end of October. And a lot of 6-day, 7-day work weeks.
You go, boy. You go, boy. Yeah.
Oh, somebody's getting some love from the nearby truck. And so today we are off doing some laundry.
Sorry, I got distracted.
Somebody who liked the Roddy.
We've been finding lately that we've had positivity with our Rottweiler and people reacting to him. We actually found a couple at South Salem Walmart.
I swear there are doppelgangers.
I shit you not. Same game. They have a Rottweiler. They have a small animal. It's a little Chihuahua, but...
They have another small animal, and they own a Subaru just like us.
Yep.
Granted, theirs is a little bit newer, but...
Yeah. We're hoping to see them at the Subaru Club meet.
Sorry, pretty car.
We'll see it as we pass. There we go.
Yeah,
We got distracted.
ADOS, attention deficit. Ooh, shiny.
But yeah, they're the same couple.
Yeah, we're hoping they show up this Wednesday to the club meet because we let them know about it.
Yeah, we spotted them.
So we'll see how it kind of turns out. I mean, it'd be awesome because they're really nice people.
Yeah.
And all the construction going on downtown where we live.
Yeah.
So anyway, we got the trucks done. Like I was saying, we had a lot of 6- and 7-day work weeks, which really kept me away from home.
He would come home and just be dog tired, so we didn't vlog a lot because there was nothing we were doing.
And I had to make a hard decision this summer. With fire season as slow as it was, I only had one dispatch for about 4 days. I had to decide whether to keep waiting and hoping, and I mean, months later, California lit up finally.
And as you knew, he had lost his job because he went to fires. He got it back.
Yeah, got my job back.
Granted, everything like restarted, so it
was a whole bag of crap.
Yeah.
So we're out doing laundry today.
Right now, we're going to pick up Dutch Bros, and this one...
If he'll come over here.
Come here. The only time I unbuckle him while we're driving. Go on, get over there.
Sorry about the road noise in the background again, because, well, we're running errands, and like I said, we're getting our laundry done today and all that fun stuff, and here comes the barista, so we'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Yep. Bye. All right, now we're back. Sorry. Had to get Dutch Bros.
Yeah, kind of one of our vices.
All right, I gotta hand you to James because I gotta lock the dog back up.
Yep, we gotta get him secured, so sorry for the bouncing camera. So we've got...
Fuck, I just hit my knee.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
So, like I was saying, we got China trucks done, had to give up fire season. I'm hoping that we can figure out something for next year so that this job doesn't pull the same crap. Otherwise, I'm sorry, I'm gonna burn them because...
It is an ADA accommodation. It helps with his PTSD.
It's what manages my PTSD without medications and counseling. And literally, they were supposed to follow it, but the production manager did not process it like an ADA request or anything. He just kind of...
Yep, and I'm going to call him out again. Max Cox.
Yeah.
He's not a veteran. He's a big fat ass that doesn't give two shits about his people that he's working.
He refused to hire more people and understaffed us and overworked us with these 51 trucks we built.
Yep.
So we've actually had a lot of people quit over that. So I'm gonna hand you back to her so I can drive.
Yeah, we gotta get back to the laundromat. I mean, it's not a rush.
Yeah, it's not like we don't have time.
Right? Sorry, you keep hitting the glass.
Just trying to beat up your camera now.
Well, Yes, I am.
So yeah, anyway, that's kind of been my fun and excitement this summer. And in case y'all can't tell, it's already hit fall here pretty quick, pretty hard and heavy. Unusual for Oregon, at least for the valley.
Usually it's colder by now. We haven't had freezing, like 32 degrees.
Yes, we have.
Well, they were at night, so that doesn't really count.
We haven't had daytime freezing temperatures, but
Yeah.
last month we had quite a few days early morning where I had to go scrape ice off of trucks because it was that cold.
Yep. There's actually been a few days last week where it was up in the 60s, and I literally had to turn my AC back on. It was weird.
It was kind of nice at work because we're down a heater until they can get replacement parts, and we only have 2 big heaters for the shop, so
it went special.
Yeah, it tried to put fire where fire shouldn't be.
Yeah.
So we literally could have burned up the shop.
Oops.
That would have been replacement tools. Just so happens I conveniently bought a bunch of new snap-on tools too. I'm just kidding, I wouldn't lie on that. That's not right, and it's one of those things, if you ever get a chance to meet me and talk to me in person, you'll realize that
He's a smartass.
I'm a smartass. I'm a wise ass. Sometimes a dumbass, and I cannot stand lies. For me, it's just be honest. I don't care what it is. We can work through anything. Just don't lie to me about it.
And we put up with a lot.
We have tolerated a lot of bullshit. A lot of lies, a lot of stories, a lot of string you along. Yeah, we'll deal with, we were looking at getting a new trailer because, well, we were going to try to buy a house, but I know she mentioned about the mortgage broker, kind of, that was a whole.
Our first mortgage broker pretty much lied to us about the amount that we could get approved for.
And we can still get approved.
Yeah,
however,
we're still getting approved. There's no houses in our price range, in that
what
price
we can
range.
afford, that we can get approved for and afford, there is nothing in our area available. I mean, we'd have to go quite a ways out.
And we don't want to leave our little town.
We love our little town. I mean, everybody knows us, like our Dutch bros.
All the baristas that work there know us. Walmart Pharmacy knows me very well.
And they know me very well. But, yeah. We just don't want to have that issue and trying to get to know new people, new pharmacies,
Yeah.
new whatever. We just don't need to.
That's why I want to stay in my little small town outside of Salem.
Yeah. We like it, we're comfortable, and I mean, it's nice. I miss being in small towns like this when I was little. Sorry, I'm making sure I don't crunch anything on the car backing up. And there we go.
Alright, now I can set you on the frickin' dash.
And I can turn off the heater so I'm not melting.
Melting! I'm melting! Melting! And then... no, the whole trailer situation...
So, this is where we're gonna...
This is a bit of a rant.
Yes.
We dealt with Camping World in Hillsboro. Usually they've been really nice to us.
We've talked to them in the past and they never did us wrong.
Yeah.
Never let us wrong. So we were like, well, we've had good experience with them. We're going to go back to them. We're going to use them to buy our next trailer. And so we went up there, besides crazy dog behind us. We went up there.
Just ignore him.
For taking a look at some used ones because we're trying to keep the cost down. And he showed us some other ones, some new ones. And it's a newer fifth wheel. I mean, we're talking brand new. It's a 2020 model.
Yeah, we can actually
and
afford it.
we can afford it.
Yeah.
Our budget will allow. So he talked to the finance manager and everything, and they said, well, we'll run the numbers, we can get this, we can get that. The payments were, of course, we said lower than what we're willing to pay because we want to have that cushion to be able to make sure we're not short any month.
What are you whining about?
And so they ran the credit, and it came back that, yeah, you've got the income, you've got the credit score, you just don't have the credit history.
Yeah, the whole...
Because I've never financed anything new. I've never...
He's got one little card and it's like $300 limit.
Yeah, because I don't see the point in having, 5, 6, 12 different credit cards with, a mound of credit card debt and never being able to afford anything.
No, that's me.
Which we've made some major strides on getting that all squared away on her end, so...
Well, and when I was younger, my mom stupidly took out a telephone bill in my name and then stopped paying on it. And so it ruined my credit, and I had to rebuild it, which is no big deal, and I'm not mad at my mom for it.
It ruined her
was
credit
for
before
survival.
she knew what credit was.
Yeah.
So...
it's fine. I've gotten my numbers up pretty good. I actually went up 16 points this month. What they don't tell you when it comes to, like, we needed a cosigner.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to. So they came back saying, well, because you don't have the credit history, you guys need to get... They said we can't call it a cosigner because of something with California now. They have to call it a co-buyer. Same difference. So we tried to talk to family. We had one friend that was willing to do it, but when they ran his credit, he was getting ready to deploy.
He got a ding on his credit.
He has a ding on his credit. He's taking care of that, but they said because of that, you're not going to be able to qualify.
Right. And so another friend of ours who's amazing.
Well, hang on, let me back up because I missed a point. I'm sorry.
You gotta Uber explain everything, don't you?
The salesman we were dealing with when we were trying to find a cosigner turned around when we found one, said, well, would they be willing to do it solo? They buy the trailer and you just pay them. Yeah, did not sit well with us.
No.
If I'm paying the money and it's supposed to be for us, even with a cosigner, all the banks care about is they're on there to secure the interest, saying, yes, this person's good for it, and if not, I'll be good for it.
Yeah.
So why are you trying to get him to buy it by himself and then us pay for it?
Right.
What's the deal going on? So I go talk to the manager. I start dealing with the manager directly. And so we find a cosigner who is our friend who's just amazing. I mean, she's got killer credit. We've known her for quite some time, and if you're watching this, you know who you are. Hi! And so she fills out the application, and we're waiting because she wasn't able to make it in person, so she did it online. So we're waiting. No word after a few days, so I call them, leave a voicemail with the manager, no answer, no response. Call, no answer. And we were up in that area because of our brother's deployment ceremony. And afterward, we're like, well, we'll stop in to see what's going on. We get some cock and bull story of, my voicemails get sent to my email and they've been getting sent to the spam filter. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Little lie, he just didn't want to call.
Yeah.
And so he pulls the application for her, looks it over with the finance manager there. Mind you, we're in the finance office. Their little desk that, how they like to do their little backroom deals that you don't get to see and you don't get to hear. And the finance manager just starts shaking his head, and he's like, well, would she be willing to do it on her own? Because I wouldn't want to ding her credit because she's amazing credit just for the banks to deny it because you guys don't live together.
I have never heard of that ever, and I did a lot of research beforehand.
And their excuse is because it's a luxury. This is what the banks want to see. We've talked to the banks. Just myself alone, I probably talked to a dozen or more different credit unions and banks and different banking institutions. And they're like, no, a cosigner or a co-buyer, they're just there to ensure our interest. So what's the deal with them saying this now? So I'm a little heated. I say a few nice words to them.
Not so nice.
Yeah. I'm not going to repeat those here because they would not be appropriate and that'd be a lot of bleeps. Anyway, so we take some time down and we're just chilling. We're mentally recouping. And we wait until this month, November, we talk to one of the other Camping Worlds. One that we dealt with the old salesman issue. I was just like, this isn't sounding right. And they were like, no, dude, this isn't right. And I told him I'm still going to deal with them. I'm going to go talk to the manager and try to resolve it that way. And he goes, well, if it doesn't work out, they give you any flack, you come talk to us. So I talked to him. And in the end, even that Camping World's towing the same line.
But they explained it better.
Yes, they actually were forthright and explained everything to me of this. And I think it's the system they use. I don't think it's the actual banks.
So what they didn't tell us is apparently now when you go to buy an RV, your co-signer / co-buyer needs to either be a relative or live with you. That's their policy with the dealership. That's not with the fucking bank.
Or you already have to have had financing together over something showing joint usage.
How can you have that when you're not able to?
Yeah.
The messed up part of the whole entire ordeal that we're going through, we literally can go and buy a new car.
Yeah, I can walk in
No
and buy
problems.
a $60,000, $70,000 car, but I can't buy a $50,000 trailer.
Yep. It was on sale.
Yeah, we were getting it on sale at 43. So not a huge drop, but a drop. And I mean, this thing is beautiful. And we're still hung up on it, and we're still going to pursue it. We just...
Right now, our next steps are go talk to the bank. If that doesn't work, then we get him a credit card, because I don't have an income yet, because I haven't met my goals with YouTube, so I have yet to get a paycheck. So they won't count my shit at all.
And even when she does, it's going to take 2 years for them to count hers.
Yeah, and I've got the 5,000 credit. Actually, I got more than that, but I've got the 5,000 limit. The
revolving credit.
Revolving credit. He doesn't. But they won't combine us. We're married.
If she had an income, they would have put her on. But even though she doesn't have an income, they won't put her on. It's a whole bag of screwery.
This thing is so clusterfucked and got us so messed up. We got things straightened out, and we finally understand what the dealers want.
So, what our next step's going to be is, we're not going to deal with any of the dealers or going through them. If we get the trailer, it's going to be because we went through the bank. We're going to go straight to a credit union. We're going to sit down. We're going to talk to them. We're going to find out everything directly from them, because I'm done with dealing through their cuddle system. It's an actual system. It's CUDL. That's what they use to ping multiple banks at once. That way it's one hit instead of 30 hits.
That way it doesn't bomb your credit score in one sitting.
At least there's that they do, which is kind of nice.
And also right now we are waiting for his credit score to go back up, because we missed a payment on his card, and so we just completely paid it off this month, so we're waiting for everything to come back up.
Once it gets reported, it'll bounce back up to where it was before.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when we go sit down with the bank, we'll be able to give you guys an update then. But
I hope we get this trailer.
If we get there, the messed up thing is Camping World is the only people that sell these fifth wheels.
Yep.
There's another RV dealership that sells that brand,
but they don't
sell the fifth wheels. They only do the tow behinds, and it's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Why? And they can't even order it. If you're an authorized sales for that brand, you should be able to order it, but they won't.
They won't.
And I think it's just because they'd much rather sell a different brand.
Yeah.
And that different brand is... They're nice.
Jaycos are not bad.
They're not bad. Jaycos are not bad. Their layouts...
I like their higher end ones. Those are the ones that are better, but we can't afford them.
Yeah, I'm not going to spend
That's $100,000.
No, just not going to... No. The one we're looking at is by Dutchman, and it's a $50,000 trailer that's meant for full-time living. I mean, heck, when we went in and looked at it with him in the back, being a bouncy dog as he is...
Yeah, he bounces around when he walks.
They didn't have any of the additional landing legs for stabilizing down. They just had the front landing legs that you would use for when you park it to store it. It didn't shake the trailer.
Yeah, it didn't move.
When we looked at the trailer, it was hotter than hell outside, and this thing's not hooked up to power. We walked in, it was about 20 degrees cooler. So the insulation is there for the heating and for the cooling.
This would allow a lot.
Far better open layout.
More room for him and for Max.
Yeah.
Which I know you guys haven't seen Max, and I'm sorry. He likes to hide on the bed and likes to be left alone, so that's what we do.
He's just being an old antisocial cantankerous fart.
Yeah, he did turn 11 this year.
Yeah. He's still not a fan of Heimdall, but what do you do?
He's not a fan of Heimdall, but when we leave, he sits there and waits at the door for when we get home, when Heimdall gets home.
Yeah, and when Heimdall's sick, he hovers near him to keep an eye on him.
Yeah.
I don't get it. You won't cuddle with the dog, but you'll keep an eye on him because you like him, but you don't like him. I don't know. It's kind of a weird
Our
thing.
cat's weird.
And he's kind of like us.
Right.
We're weird too. So, what do you do?
But yeah, that's what's been going on. We've been dealing with a lot of shit with the whole trailer situation.
Yeah.
Our plan is to get another trailer and then pay off all of our debts, hopefully by the time we go to buy a house, which 4 to 5 years, somewhere around there. We should be able to do it if he continues with this job or gets one with more pay. But so we should be fine.
Yeah. But it's just a waiting game right now, and so the house buying got put on hold. So we fell back to plan B, as much as I hate the place we live because of the idiot neighbors and fucking kids.
I just want the new trailer, that way we can piss off people.
Yeah, it'll definitely piss off a lot of people, including the owners of the park.
Who are already pissed off at me because I have a Rottweiler service dog.
And they don't want big dogs there. They don't want anything just because one of the owners is afraid of bigger dogs.
She has a little yappy dog.
She got told when she got pissed over seeing him by our on-site manager that she was talking with at the time. Tried to go, oh, well, they need to be gone. They need to get rid of the dog, or they need to go. And the on-site manager's like, you can't do shit. He's a service dog.
You do that, you can buy.
You do that, there goes all of your parks.
Yep.
And mind you, yes, the property owners of where we're at.
It's the number 2 slumlords of Oregon.
Yeah. And they don't even live in Oregon.
Nope.
They
have a place in Portland.
They have a place in Portland, but their primary residence is in Washington. And they are just...
They're bad people.
They need to be taken out in the back 40 and beat with a tire iron because they don't deserve the cost of a bullet.
So, years ago, she was taking food stamps from people as payment for rent.
Taking extra cash from some of the tenants that were selling drugs and doing illegal activities
so that
where they wouldn't
stay.
get evicted.
Yep. The husband was propositioning women to pay for their rent.
Yeah.
So, and he's a really old,
He's a dirty old man. He's a sick bastard.
He's a sick bastard.
That's the reason why he is not allowed to come down anymore.
At one point, because we were borrowing my grandfather's truck, who has passed, but we were borrowing it, and he wanted to literally steal the truck and steal our Jeep because he wanted it.
He was telling all these other people that he was just going to have his buddy with the rollback come down and hook up the Jeep and then take it up to their property. And it's like, I'm on the fire line when this is going down.
I didn't have him yet, so I was like, fuck it, I'll just crawl into the goddamn Jeep and lock the door. Yeah. He'll get kidnapping.
Because he wanted the Jeep. Mind you, I had a standing offer from one of the structural firefighters in California one year, just seeing the photos and talking about it, of 20 grand cash.
Yeah. So if anybody's gonna get the Jeep,
Bubba, calm down.
Hold on, there's somebody next to us.
Hey.
No, don't you start.
You sit your butt down. Thank you for the kisses.
So if anybody wants to buy our Jeep, 20 grand's the offer. Just saying.
I kind of wish I could find him because, well, at this point that would really be a significant down payment on buying that trailer, and then they'd be going, what? Yeah, 20 grand cash. Suck it.
And it's not that we necessarily want to get rid of the Jeep at all. It would help, and it's just sitting there. We're not using it other than storage.
And part of that is because the fuel mileage on it
you can't afford that.
It is so ridiculous. I mean, it's a great fun ride. I mean, it's got a lot of power. I mean, hell, it pulled a 4-ton diesel backwards, standing on his brakes after he started.
Yeah, we didn't even notice it was there.
I was just off idle in high range, and I didn't realize he started yet. It was a friend of ours who had a starting issue, and so he popped the clutch in reverse, and we pulled him, and I didn't see him start. I didn't see a puff of smoke, and next thing I know, she's come running up by the window like, hey, stop, and I'm like, what? She's like, he's already running, and he was...
And with that diesel, you literally have
Battery's about to die.
Yep. I don't have a charged battery with me, so I'll catch you guys later.
Catch you in a little while.